Aloha mai kako, Michael Keolamau Tengan, the Urban Mage, enlivening the magic within. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, hot topic of what is quantum wizardry. Now, when we hear that, right, that quantum piece, which really brings in a more contemporary feel, the wizardry, which is more of that ancient wisdom that we associate that with. When we bring these two together, that's essentially what we're looking at, is both the aspects in terms of combining this or these ancient teachings, from long ago, the occult sciences, mysticism, so on and so forth, and looking at it in terms of how we can combine that with modern day technology, sciences and philosophies, and be able to most effectively manifest the lifestyle of our dreams, the reality of our dreams, right? If we're talking about that quantum aspect, right, we look at that as really the measurable, the incremental measurable units of our existence, right? Me, the totality of me, and then breaking me down in terms of, say, my shoulder and the fibers of the muscles of my shoulder, the proteins of the fibers of the muscles of my shoulder, then going even further down into the molecules, the electrons, so on and so forth. So these different incremental measurements of me, and looking at that smallest piece, which really is 99.9% light. So now we have then this aspect of who I truly am really being represented by light, or generally speaking, a frequency. Now, the wizardry piece comes into play because there is a certain proficiency, a certain skill set that a person has, a wizard has, a magician has, in working with these extraordinary forces. When we combine these two together, we look at how we can best consciously and positively influence our inner world to thereby transform the world around us. And this all comes back to the process of manifestation. And so as we look at this then, this concept of being a quantum wizard, for example, practicing quantum wizardry, it is the mastery of these extraordinary forces in consciously creating the reality of our dreams. Now, the thing about it is, when we talk about quantum physics, for example, right, there's infinite possibilities, like anything is possible. As we start to focus on certain probabilities, we limit to a certain degree, based upon our attention being our energy, what it is that we're capable of manifesting. And as we go even further, we take action in our lives and we potentiate, we collapse this, what's known as a wave function, into reality. Now, there's certain things that we can utilize to best and most effectively create this reality. Now, as we look back into those ancient teachings, right, whether we're looking at Kabbalistic mysticism, ceremonial magic practices, Hermeticism, these different really sciences of consciousness that has existed for many years, we can actually utilize these concepts, these principles, to leverage universal law to then be that part in terms of influencing our inner world. How do we really allow these things to transpire? How are we able to feed positive emotions into the thoughts that we have so that it can be made manifest in some way on our behalf? And as we go through this process, and that's really what we'll be focusing upon in this workshop, as well as the 21-day experience that'll follow, as well as the program that is entirely based upon this concept, this philosophy, this art and this science of manifesting from here on out. So quantum wizardry then is the capacity to really leverage these extraordinary forces, thereby creating the reality of our dreams. Okay, looking forward to our presentation in January, also our 21-day experience in January as well, going into really starting off 2020 in a place of not just positivity, intentionality, and connection. That's it for now. Love and aloha to you all. Take care of each other, and ahui ho.